So I've been a barber for about 10 years, and barbering has been such a blessing in my life. Like, as a barber, I've seen my clients grow facial hair, grow grays, grow offspring. You feel me? Like, I started the journey of barbering as like a personal journey. Like, I wanted to see myself develop. I want to see my life, my circumstances develop. I'm just thinking about the comparison between what I became a barber with the intention for and what I end up getting, which was so much bigger. Barbering has allowed me to become a blessing to people, become a blessing to myself. It's contributed to me getting my bag up financially, but it's also contributed to me getting my spiritual bag up, my physical bag up. Like, I'm in the best shape of my life, mainly because I'm a barber, and how barbering required me to invest in my lifestyle and invest in myself and my habits. And all that's contributed to a better relationship with myself as well as with God. And that contributes to my relationship with other people. Again, barber is a thing that was growing me financially, but it's also a thing that really just healed me emotionally and spiritually. There was a lot of circumstances I came into the world dealing with that kind of painted my lens about how I interacted with people. And that hurt me, and it kept me from growth and development in a lot of ways, just because I wasn't equipped with the tools to heal myself. And barbering exposed me to that. But ultimately, it was just an avenue for God to talk to me. I found God through my clippers. And then that allowed me to tap into the God of myself, allowed me to tap into the God in other people. Clients sit in my chair and talk about how therapeutic it is for them. But on my side, it's the most therapeutic for me, because I've struggled my whole life around doing this. Like, I've been cutting hair for 10 years, but maybe about 5 years in, I realized, dang, I built a whole lifestyle around my two main love languages, acts of service and quality time. When I look at the bare bones of it, my business is just me doing haircuts I'd like for people that are like me. Barbering was a way for me to find out the life I wanted to create for myself. In my entire life, people were always trying to tell me I was doing something wrong because it didn't fit their blueprint. Late in life, I found out that I'm autistic. There's a reason why my mind did not align with the way most of these people were thinking. That even before I realized that specifically about myself, I just knew I wasn't meant for the same things as these people that I was around. I realized that all of us are different by design. We have different functions. If society is like a cell, let's say different kinds of people like the different organelles, we have different functions. Some people are built to be mitochondria of the cell. We pumping out this ATP. We the powerhouse in this bitch. But as mitochondria, if I was to judge myself as like, oh, I'm not moving like the nucleus, I'm not moving like the ribosomes, the transport proteins, I would be neglecting my God-given function. You know what I'm saying? For everybody's benefit. If I try to do nucleic stuff, I'm going to be out of my depth. I'm going to feel misaligned. I'm probably going to feel pretty depressed. But I realized life is just a series of over and under corrections. Just like how I was finding my legs in barbering, it's not really a right or wrong way to do barbering. It's just better barbering for you. We find out by a process of trial and error. And I'm realizing that everything we do is trial and error, but we don't give ourselves grace and we don't give other people grace. And I've been taking a lot more teaching opportunities, and I've been interacting with a lot more kids lately. And I'm realizing, like, yo, kids have that spark and they're pure, but kids are not that smart. Like, the only reason that kids have an advantage as far as learning is that their ego isn't so involved. They only do things because they like to do them. They don't care about being good. They don't care about so-and-so judging them. They're like, well, do I enjoy it? And then life kind of trains that out of them to prioritize, oh, do they enjoy it? Most people don't really enjoy you doing the things you're doing. They enjoy the benefit that they get off of it. And when people give you suggestions about how you should move, even if they really care about you as a person, they only have a vision of you from their perspective. All of us as individuals don't even know ourselves in real time that well. We might know ourselves better than anybody else on the planet. But if you were to ask your 10-year-old self what their favorite food was, they'd probably say some goofy shit like pizza or macaroni. Even if that's still your favorite food now, you could give a way better description about what your favorite thing is and why now. So your older version of yourself didn't even have a complete picture. And now think about, let's say, 10, 20 years from now, will you say your favorite food is the same thing? I mean, if you're an adult, you might, because people start to get stuck in their ways. But you're going to have new nuances to appreciate and different angles and perspectives to pull from. It's not even worth taking what you think about yourself that serious. So it's low-key ridiculous to take what they think about you that serious. I feel like I've learned that the most through barbering, because did some what I felt like were mediocre haircuts and got paid handsomely. And then I've also put out haircuts where at the time I thought could rival Michelangelo's artistry, bro. Like, don't play with me. Like, I'm with it with the clippers now. And people did not appreciate that for anything. I've had people pay me what I think is a ridiculous amount, and I've had people try to run off my haircuts. I've run the whole gambit of interacting with people with different perceptions of value. Barbering isn't even about haircuts. It's just about connections with people. A haircutter is someone that's good at cutting hair. A barber is someone who builds a connection that transcends a transaction. It's somebody you actually have trust and connection with outside of this transaction happening. I feel like it's a blessing to be a barber. I feel like it's a calling. On whatever level, where you're a hobbyist, hustler, or professional, or a mixture of the three. When I first picked up clippers, I felt a spark. Like, I felt God pay me through this. And then I created a structure where other people could pay me. But it all leans into my love of what I'm doing. Like, even when I got to a point where learning all these different haircut techniques got boring for me, I got to a point where I was like, what else do I appreciate about my interactions with people? Oh, well, I want to work on my charisma. Oh, well, I want to work on whatever I can talk about. Oh, I want to work on my public speaking. You know what I mean? There was always some new layer of love I added to the craft of barbering, which is not just the art of haircutting. That's just one skill. You could throw a hair cutter in any other situation, and they're just somebody who has the skill set of cutting hair. A barber is somebody who transcends the transaction. You know what I'm saying? They have more than that skill set of just the haircut. They're good at interacting with people. They have money management skills. They have resource management skills. You know what I'm saying? They have emotional intelligence at varying levels, because we're all in process, but you're a person who's on their growth of their own type of mastery. You know what I'm saying? Your own flavor of barbering. And I'm somebody with a STEM background. All my clients tend to be like tech bro types. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though I didn't finish college, but I relate to those kind of people. I got some artists. I got some therapists in me. I got some coach. So most of my clients fit similar descriptions. Most people will sit in my chair not because my haircut is so fantastic, but because they saw themselves reflected in me. Everybody that sits in my chair now is somebody who I notice like very quickly, oh, we're the same GTA character. We're the same GTA character. We got different characteristics, different superpowers. We're working on different missions. But even if we interact with each other tangentially, it's like, dang, bro, I want to see you win. I'm rooting for you. If I can help, let me know. And I feel like that's my biggest blessing. Like, better barbering for me has led to better quality connections. And I feel like that's something that's grander than something that's just for me. I think it's something that's going to change the world. Or at least I think something that is changing the world. It's been changing the world for, I feel like, the beginning of human history. Like, as long as there's been barbers, I know there's been people that have progressively created better barbering. They're following whatever their blueprint that God gave them. Barbers have held leadership, spiritual, influential positions all throughout human history. Better barbering is basically self-improvement through the craft of barbering. And better barbering contributes to better quality connections. Better quality connections makes better individuals. Better individuals makes better families. Better families make better communities. Better communities, better nations, better world. I think better barbering is contributing to saving the world. But I also realize that it's a collaborative effort. It's saving oneself and then helping the person next to you. Let's say if everybody magically just decided, okay, I'm going to save myself, world saved already. But of course, that's not going to happen, not right away like that. And let's say half the population saves themselves, and then they save the person next to them, we've already done way more than enough. Even if as little as 1 out of 1,000 people saves themselves and then contributes trying to save somebody next to them, I don't even got the mind for those kind of calculations, but that's a crazy compounding effect. And even if it's like 1 out of 10,000 people saves themselves, I've realized that the harvest is plenty, but the laborers are few. There's very few people pulling the weight for a whole lot of others. And I realized that those people that are pulling weight for themselves and others are the people I want to talk to. Those are my people. So my mentor, my big homie Tevin, he asked me how long I've been cutting. I said, about 10 years. He's like, oh, you do an anniversary thing? And I was like, oh, no, I haven't. That kind of made me wonder, like, why doesn't this matter to me? Not too long ago, I had just finished an ebook that I wrote, and I was talking to my little sister about it. And she said, I'd be super proud if I did that. And I sat with that, and I was like, dang, I'm not proud. And not that I'm ashamed or anything, but it just made me realize, like, it doesn't feel like anything that I finished that. It doesn't feel like anything that has been 10 years cutting hair. Like, I don't feel more satisfaction when I do things, like, or when I complete things. I feel like I get caught up in the dopamine of being in execution. You know what I'm saying? The flow state of, like, I'm going towards a goal. And also, like, there's that anticipation, that drum roll for the carrot at the end. Oh, I'm done, and whatever that's gonna feel like. And I'm realizing that as soon as I'm done with the project and I have the carrot in my hand, I drop the carrot. Like, I don't care about the carrot. I like a chase. And I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, to be real. Because I don't feel like down, but I don't feel up like I felt like I should. But what is should? What should I feel like? I don't think I should feel like anything. I'm glad I wrote the ebook, but maybe why I feel like that is, like, I just know the work's not done. The work's not done. Bruh, actually, yeah, that's what's up. That's what it is. Things only become complicated when you think about what it isn't. Say I got a phone, you know what I'm saying? Oh, this is what it doesn't do. Well, it's like, this is what the problem is. Blase, 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 blah, 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 blah. Like, there's so much mental energy that goes to all the things that need to be done, all the hypothetical things that could happen. But, like, when you are in process, in motion, it's like there's only one option, the thing that's in front of you. It's only complicated when you think about what it isn't. When you think about what it is, it's simple, because you only have a finite amount of focus. Focus is more about what you say no to than what you say yes to. I'm getting to a point where I'm seeing more and more options open up for me as my vision for what's possible and what excites me, and just my options for who I can be open up. Your options grow as your discipline grows. I started this video thinking, like, oh, bro, I'm working too hard. I'm not appreciating myself. Da, da, da. Now I'm like, towards the end, like, yo, actually, bro, no, I gotta lock in, bro. Like I've been playing, because now I'm thinking about it. The reason it doesn't feel satisfying, because this was a minor goal on the way to the bigger goal. To be a barber is to be a blessing. For many of my clients, when they sit in my chair, that's the one out of the 2 or 3 times a month that they get to not have to worry about somebody else's needs. They literally get to sit down, relax, be attended to. Somebody ask them about them. Somebody will see them for them. For a lot of the people in my chair, we have the same life problems. We have the same money problems. We have the same girl problems. They can't talk to anybody else about those things. They can't get a perspective from somebody like them from anybody that they're around, especially being a black man. We live in a world that prioritizes what we can do for them, not who we are. And it's something special to be able to be that avenue for somebody to recognize their value. People be like, oh, why are barbers so expensive these days? And barbers are artists. The thing that's of so much value when it comes to artists is that artists allow people to be seen. People feel seen through their art. As a barber, you're putting your tonsorial art on their head. They go out feeling like art. You're putting art into the interaction to connecting with this person. It's the God in you connecting to the God in them, regardless of what y'all want to call it. Being a barber is about being a blessing to more than yourself. Like, there's a lot of dudes that sat in my chair. Maybe there was a one-time client that I just met in passing, or maybe it was somebody who I've been cutting for 10 years. One day they just open up and tell me they're dealing with something that they can't shake. And the funny way God works is that all of us individually are dealing with things that only make sense in relation to others. Like, the collective needs your perspective. I had a little homie that came to me talking about something he was dealing with. And something in me just kind of clicked, because I realized, dang, I've been dealing with what he's been talking about for 10 years. And this is how it helped me in X, Y, and Z ways. And these were pitfalls that I had to avoid. And that just comes out in my conversation with him. And now what was somebody just crying out for help and just needing something, like, just, it was a desperate situation, became a moment where he got some perspective that completed something for him. And in that happening, it completed something for me, because he provided a perspective that I didn't see, or that I might have lost touch with. Now I'm at a point where when I talk to barbers, and the first thing they could tell me about the thing they love about cutting hair is, oh, money and this and that. It's like, that's nice, that's nice. But it's like, but anything worldly when it comes to money, women, attention, clout, all these things, once you get them at whatever level, that becomes normal. Once you get out of survival, it's the same thing, but the digits are different. But the thing I've realized transcends all that is you can tap into somebody's creative or spiritual love of their craft, because everybody has a spark in them that is just finding its way to be translated outwardly. And sometimes we need to be around somebody else to get their point of reference to realize, oh wow, society wants me to go this way, and the person I resonate with goes this way. Maybe I want to go this way. A lot of times our gifts are not for our benefit. Our gifts are for us to give away. And that's a part of the whole cycle where as we're a blessing to others, other people bless us from infinite directions. Once you give it all to God, he pay you back with interest. I'm not gonna front, this video kind of got away from me. I just put it up and started recording. But I'm basically an educator now, and I basically want to be doing consultations, creating classes, educational content, stuff like that. If you want to get in touch with me, hit me at Better Barbering. I got an ebook, The Cuts by Elvis Guide to Better Barbering. You can find that link in the bio. It's for $20, but you can get it on Patreon for free if you sign up for Patreon, which costs a little money, but it is cheaper. I got my Patreon up there because I want to build a community of like-minded artists, barbers, entrepreneurs. But if you haven't already, follow your boy at Cuts by Elvis, at Better Barbering. I appreciate y'all again. Until next time, Craft Over Clout. I'm out.